What is up, everyone? Welcome to Seth Leroy Adventures. We live in the land of 10,000 lakes, so what are you doing? Go fishing. And today's topic, it's a little bit different, but it's explaining my style of fishing. So without further ado, let's get right into it. My main thing when I'm fishing, because people always talk to me. I've had people years and years, even before I was vlogging and all that. How do you catch so many fish? How do you catch so many fish? First off, my main style is spinnerbait. I'll sometimes throw a wacky worm, but let's just talk about my main style. Always moving. If I'm on a kayak, if I'm on a boat, if I'm on land, if I'm in waders, I'm just always moving. I don't stop. And now the reason I bring that up is there's so many people that I see on the lakes, on the rivers, wherever, they don't move. Some do, but not a lot. Some will stay stagnant in one spot, and then I'll notice they'll go to maybe another spot after a long time, because I'll be on the water a long time. So I watch these things, and I'm like, obviously there's all these other things like reading the water, what I would like when I'm looking at structures and stuff as a fisherman. And I don't need to get into too much of that, because I know if you're watching fishing channels, you know how to fish. But here's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to drive home this point, because when I was thinking of topics for this get to know you thing, my daughter just threw a freaking chalk at it. When I was coming up with ideas for this get to know you, I wanted to talk about my fishing style, because it's, I guess, a little bit different, because I've noticed a lot of people, don't do this, Oh my gosh, she had something on it. The chalk sort of broke apart and went on it. She's eating chalk. Don't eat chalk. So now back to the point at hand. So always moving, and to me it's so simple, but I don't know if it's because people, like, I will walk when I was fishing miles and miles and miles. Right now there's an outside issue. I've just been injured for a long time, and it sucks, so I can't get out there. So that's why I wanted to start this get to know you part of my channel. So literally I'm just always moving. I'd go miles and miles and miles, and I'd be just doing so much, like just traveling, just looking for different areas of the lake. Like, that's my biggest point that I tell people, and they're like, how do you, because a lot of people follow me on all different platforms, and people will reach out, or people in regular life would reach out and just be like, how do you catch so many fish? How? And my biggest thing is movement. You got to go out there and find the fish. Like, they're not just going to, you cast in one spot. Yeah, you might reel in one or two in a couple hours sitting, but why not move around and reel in, 10 or 15 in that same span, And not always is it like that. And sometimes, yeah, you walk miles and miles and you're only going to get a couple still. That can still happen. But what I'm saying is, for me, that's how I catch so many fish. I'm constantly looking for them. And like I say always, that's why when I did my top 5 lures, spinnerbait's my number 1, because that's what I go for all the time. But yeah, it's just crazy to me. It's just like constant movement. Like, I just don't get, like, and when I'm done with my day, this is how I know it's real too. I'll walk up, or like I'll go to boat launches, or there'll be people on other boats that'll be like, oh, I see you reeling in over and over. And then they're like, how? And then I'm like, I just keep moving. I don't know. And then they're just like, oh. And then I'll see them go back to a spot and sit there all day. And it's like, or like at the docks, people, and I'm not, no ego about it. I'm just saying, it's just crazy to me. So many people, how do you catch fish? I fish. It's insane to me. So many people just don't just go searching for the fish. And I don't know if it's because you want to, and I don't know if your style of fishing is just relaxing, throwing a bobber out there, or like if you just want to relax in one spot and you don't want to do too much effort, because fishing is relaxing. That's one of the reasons I do it. But I'm more out there for the adventure. So I'm nonstop movement. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this, honestly. Movement. Try it. Try just going all over. If you're in waders, in a boat, in a kayak, in anything, just move. Keep moving. Shoot, when I'm even going for carp, I'm moving. Obviously, I'll stay stationary for a little while, but if I'm not seeing a lot of action on the water, or if I'm just not feeling it, I move. I'll set up shop in another spot. I noticed that too. A lot of people cast their lines and just sit there all day and they don't catch anything. It's like, well, you got to move. You got to get out of there. But yeah, so that's it for this one. I just want to explain my style of fishing, and it's really mainly just movement and spinnerbaits and, constant, obviously reading the water, all that stuff. But that's pretty much it. Move. Try it. And comment below if you try this, and like if you're like, oh my gosh, that worked. Yeah, that's it for this one. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just glad you're rocking with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And oh yeah, keep fishing.